Well, I'm sitting outside this 1 hour signs. I use these guys for making numbers, and yeah, the big stuff where it has to be applied properly, because these guys don't do installation. They say they do, but they're always too busy. They have like 2 people working in there, and so I only do some simple stuff here. So I decided to go with 610. Not sure what my logic was behind that. This is for the new flip, but I was thinking about this, like, check this out, right? The track is 305, and the trailer was 602, and I came up with that piece of brilliant engineering because it's a 60 ton with 2 axles, right? And so I decided to call it 602. And of course, you don't want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, because then everybody knows that you're just one guy with half a trailer and a 2 axle truck, right? So you want numbers to be relatively nothing like crazy, like some big companies. They would have, like, you know, sometimes I stand at the truck stop and the guy is scaling or something, right? Or he's buying fuel, and the clerk would ask, let's say, guy in front of me, what's your trailer number? And he'll go like for 10 minutes, you know, like T as in Tom, 34Y, you know, comma, underscore. No, but they would have like a 6-digit number, you know, because that's like a huge company, or it tries to look huge, and so it'll be like, you know, 307626Y, and with a T in the front or some crazy stuff like that, right? And so I knew I wanted to have at least like a 3-digit number, right? And so 602 was perfect. 60-ton trailer with a tandem, 2 axles, 602, right? And I don't remember, how did I come up with 305? 305, I don't remember. Anyway, the truck is 305, the trailer is 602, flip axle 1 is 603, flip axle 2 is 604, makes sense, right? And then I got the Jeep, it became 605. Now I have another flip axle, so what do I call it? I don't like to have 2 6s in the number, because that doesn't sound lucky, you know. 606, and 6 plus 6 is 12, and 1 and 2 is 3. So I don't know. So I decided to go with 610, because now I have 10 axles, you know. I think it makes sense. So 6 means it's a trailer, right? So it's part of the trailer, and 10 means it's axle number 10. So probably the last axle I buy, right? Because I have a tandem Jeep, and now I can do 3 plus 2. And I found an old file on my computer with my old number 602, because, you know, of course you want the style to be the same. And I sent them a PDF, and they were asking me, what's the size, what's the height, you know. So I measured it on my trailer, the existing stickers, and what's the typeface name. And I know they can copy from the PDF, you know. They have all these fancy printing programs that professionals use. They can copy the style from your PDF. They don't need to know the name. As long as you send them a PDF, you know, with the font, they can copy it, you know. And so they asked me the name, and I said, hey, I send you a PDF. Can't you guys just copy and paste whatever, right? And then they send me a message. Oh, your unit numbers are done. Just, you know. So this cost me. So they said they made me a bonus one. So I only asked for 2. So these 2. Now this is Canada for you. $25.96 and plus $3.37 HST, harmonized sales tax, which is 13%. So I just paid $29 for this. Which some people would say is crazy, but, you know, it's the same style I have now, except that I think, why did they leave so much space between numbers? I don't know. It's 3-inch for sure, but I don't think it's that I had this much space. But anyway, so I'm gonna install them tonight, because today's Wednesday, and I finally picked up my car, right? Waited until 2 o'clock, and I'll tell you in a second what they did with it. And now for 5 o'clock I ordered, so now it's 3:24. So for 5 o'clock a big wrecker is coming, so I'm gonna move those things that are sitting in the back of my parking lot, because I'm occupying part of a next space, right? Because now the owner of the property put in those little, you know, poles to indicate each space, and they put them after I unloaded all my stuff. So now basically what I want to do is I want to hook up this new flip axle. First off, I'm going to install the number today on the flip axle, probably on 3 sides as opposed to regular 2. And I want to hook up the axle to the spreader, so it's ready to go for some next big load, because now the flip axle sits separately. And then we'll try to turn it around somehow so that it doesn't occupy the part of the next space. And also I talked to the owner on the phone. I said, I'll be there at 5 o'clock, can you please come out and tell me where I can park the stuff? Is it okay to put in the back? Because I saw now they have an excavator again there, and they're doing some work right behind my spot, and so she wants to show me where I can and where I cannot put it, you know, so that it's not in the way. But basically that's the plan. And also I booked a load. I didn't want to book any loads, like I just came right yesterday back to Canada, so I wanted to have my car, and so it took them a while because they couldn't find the brake pads. So they gave me Chrysler, like the same type of rotors that I had, right? Because they said they were worn out. And so these were the rotors I installed. You see Brembo, but these are aftermarket. It turns out these are remanufactured, right? But they said that these still have like 5 millimeters or 50% of life in them. But on the front, they were worn out. And you see over here, they gave me different style rotors, but brand new rotors. And the brake pads, they couldn't find. They said there was a shortage of genuine brake pads, so they gave me like a third party, but they said they're made by Bosch, so they shouldn't be too bad. But I noticed right away my brakes improved, you know, the brakes became much better. And also they did oil change, they did sort of alignment, and asked them to balance the wheels. And check this out. The guy writes here at the bottom of the page, 4-wheel alignment. Performed 4-wheel alignment, checked and adjusted all tire pressures to manufacturer specifications. And then I check over here and it says 42 psi, which is supposed to be 32. And then at the bottom it says, to adjust the rear camber, a new camber link 1 millimeter shorter will be required. So that means that he didn't adjust the camber in the back. And then it says, to adjust front camber and caster, subframe will require movement and more time will be required. So wait a second, so what did he do exactly here? And how much did he charge me for this 4-wheel alignment? $129. But so he didn't do the camber in the back, so he did caster, but in the front he didn't do either. And it says he actually recommended every 15 months or 25,000 kilometers. So my car now is 2.5 years old. So I think it was time to make sure to check it. But yeah, rotors and pads were very expensive. The oil change was $171. Oh, because I asked him to change the oil filter, which of course normally you don't change on cars like every time. But so all in all, this was a very expensive affair, $1,545. But you know, what do you do? And then of course I went and I got full tank of 94 gas, which now is $1.54 per liter. So I just really look forward to the gas hitting $2 mark. Will this happen? I don't know. So now we have the numbers and the car is all serviced, ready to go, and I booked a load. I think yesterday I sent a message to a guy who had a very low rate, and I said, hey, and it was like 385 miles. So picking up in Ontario, going to US, loaded miles 385, but it's 85,000 pounds, it's 12 feet wide, 12 feet tall. And I said, hey, the rule is this: if it's less than 500 miles one way, the rate is charged as if it's a return trip, unless you have a load from the same town, which of course nobody does. And so I said 385 times 2 times my rate per mile, and says this is what I need. And pretty much my rate was 2 times more than what he was offering. Well, not 2 times, maybe like 1.75 more. And the guy calls me this morning and he says, oh, they can do this, and he went up like $500 above what he posted before. And I said, okay, let me refresh my memory, because I don't remember what was it we were trying to move, you know. Let me see, let me look at my email and Google Maps again and look at my rate calculator, and I'll email you back. And so I found that email, I remembered who it was that just called me, and I said, okay, the best I can do is this, which was somewhere in between my rate, like of course much higher than what he could do, and it was in between that one and what he was offering now. And the guy says, okay, when can you load? I said, Friday. I can load Friday. I booked my hotel till Friday. I want to drive my car. I need to fix that crack inside the trailer, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow morning. I'm driving to Transaxle in Guelph, and they're gonna weld that vertical cross member. I don't know, it keeps cracking. I'll show it tomorrow. And so the guy says, okay, can you deliver Saturday? I said, yeah, sure. It's 385 miles. I'll order permits tomorrow. So I only need Michigan and Ohio, and I'll do it on 8 axles, so it's 85,000 pounds, pretty big. It's a cool looking machine. You guys will recognize it. I hauled it before. It's a really cool machine. I'm not gonna tell you any more than that, but you'll see it, you'll like it. It's a monster. It looks much heavier than what it is, but 85,000, that's nothing to sneeze at. So anyway, now what we can do, and of course I know you guys hate my car, not sure why, but I guess maybe people are just envious, I don't know. But this is the package I picked up in Michigan on the way back. So of course it's sealed, like airtight, watertight, and I left my knife in the hotel. Oh, I have another screwdriver. This one is much better looking. So disregard that one. This is old and ugly, but I need this for this. I'll tell you why in a second. Anyway, what we have here is $190 worth of like this box probably weighs, I don't know, 1.3 ounces, you know, like 40 grams, like a shot of Russian vodka. And this cost me $195 US. Like, that's what kind of business I like, you know, like Look at this. You charge people $195, so it better be made out of, I don't know, some gold covered. So remember I was talking about modules and stuff, so that's what I meant. That's all it is. So one is fake, basically has nothing. This is just to prevent corrosion, and this is the cap. So basically you disconnect the cables that are hooked up to the active exhaust, and you hook up this to the cable, and this is actually the one that's prevents check engine light. And now your valves are always open, and you put this on the, you know, on the actual motor where you disconnected the cable. Actually, I was just watching a video, and the guy says they didn't used to provide this, and then of course, because you don't disconnect, you don't take out the motor, like the valves are still there, just they no longer work, they are always open. And so what I need now, because the car is very low in the back, so you know, you don't need a mechanic for this, but you need a screwdriver to unhook the cable. But most importantly, I need a surface where the rear wheels will be, you know, higher, so I can climb under it. So let's go see. Like, this is an industrial area of Cambridge. So time now is 3:36. Let's see if we can find some spot where I can, maybe like a hole in the ground where I can back the car over it. And those things that are right in the back, I just need like a couple of feet. I can probably even reach them from the back, like I have very long hands, but hold on. Just remember that I forgot, I was at my truck, right, picking up this package, and I forgot to bring the zip ties. I got a bunch of plastic zip ties in there, but so I just looked in the trunk, and guess what? I found these. These are from the wrap, like a heat wrap on the back of my exhaust. And when I bought this, they came with these. And the guy who installed the wrap, he did not use all the ties, and these are actually much better than plastic, because these were designed to secure the wraps, bundles wires and more. Great for anywhere a high heat locking tie is needed. High grade stainless steel. You see, these are like really fancy tie downs, but what they were saying on the video when I watched that when I watched the video about the install, is that, you know, once you plug it in, come on, once you plug in this thing, like especially this, you know, the most important one, the one with the wires, like this one, right? So it'll just hang there on the wire, so you know, it can, you know, come off, or it can hit something, and so you want to tie it down. And so the zip tie would be like this one, would be perfect. All right, so I got the hardware, and I got the fancy locking ties. So now, and I got the screwdriver to unsnap the old cable, the existing cable. So now all we need is a spot where there'll be some space under the rear of the car, so I can climb under, actually. I saw a couple of guys did in on YouTube. I see over here. Oh wow! See, if I park my car like that, but you know I cannot do it here, right? So because what if somebody tries to get out? But you see, this is perfect. If I could get in there and park like that, you know. That's what I need. But what I saw guys did, on YouTube, they got the rear wheels of the car on the curb. You know? Well, let me see if we can find some abandoned property with lots of potholes, maybe. But yeah, if I could park like that, you know, and I got a blanket, because I don't want to pay for this. Like, I can do it myself. That's a dead end. I think I've seen somewhere like landscaping where you can do this, you know. I have an idea. We're gonna go to the shopping center. And I was just watching a video of this guy on YouTube about him using a Hellcat as a daily driver, and he was sharing some techniques, and actually he was getting like 15 miles and better per gallon. And one of the things he did, he always had this fuel economy thing on his dash cam. Look at this traffic. What the heck is going on? You see? And it dies. I think it has something to do with these valves, you know. Like I mentioned before, like these occasional shutdowns. It's not very, you know, it's not very reliable. So yeah, let's go to that Best Buy. Yeah, because over there's lots of curbs, there's lots of, you know, holes in the ground. look at this guy. Somebody hit this Equinox. So yeah, this guy with the Hellcat, of course on a Hellcat you have a different SRT pages, and he can customize the mode. And the first thing he does, he says he doesn't like, you know, they get two keys, right? A red, maximum power, and black, which limits the power to 500. And he does not like that, and so he always uses the red key. But then he can go in the mode there and customize it, and what he does is he just limits the power. It's like easy adjust, you know. He limits the power to 500 even with the red key, and that's it. And then when he drives, he says he refuses to race people, because before somebody would always challenge him at a stoplight, because his car, you know, it's all black. He removed all chrome. It looks like super nice. And then he puts this on his screen, and when he drives, he just tries not to drive it too hard. And what it does, of course, like it shows in my case, I see the red needle, and it's stuck at 13 miles a gallon. Which is actually great compared to my semi-truck, but it's not very great compared to, oh, check this out, Stingray. It's not very great compared to like a Toyota Corolla, right? But the goal is that constantly pulsating green line, you know, so you want to have that line go past my red needle. So that means that my instant mileage is better than my average mileage, and this way your average will go up eventually. And so if this guy is getting 50 miles a gallon, no, I think I should be able to do that in this car, because I have the same 500 horsepower, I think. But I don't have to limit it like he does. I only have one key. All right. So what I was thinking about is this over there. Yeah, like they have this spot over here. See how it's like a ravine. So let's see what we can find over here. And because it's all an emergency shutdown, lockdown. Yeah, it says open, but it's curbside pickup only. That's why there's no cars. Yeah, see, if you can climb on that curb, there's kind of like a ravine under it. All right, why is our flag at half mast? Something happened? Some kind of a tragedy? I'm not sure. I'm not... Oh, wait a second. Check this out. Wow. This used to be a Rona hardware store. Kind of like a Home Depot. And then it went out of business. And this place was always empty, so sometimes I would park my truck in here. And now it says Cambridge Pine Bush COVID-19 Vaccination Clinic. By appointment only, no walk-ins. Okay. Well, you guys, I'm not here to steal your vaccine, which actually I'm not too keen on having, because the last thing I do is oh, check this out. I'm a genius. See this? This has a flat curb here, but in the back, so it's kind of like for carts, you know, where they do this when people are coming out of the store with heavy carts, you know, moving some wood. But in the back here, check this out. All right. Let's see. Something like this. That's what I was thinking about. Oh, of course I'm too far, but check this out. If I bring it close enough. Oh wow. That thing, I don't know if you guys can see it, but well, actually I can reach it. So that black box in there, and the other one is on the other side. It's right where the wheels are. So if the wheels are here, that means that that thing will be right here. So I can just lie down here and I can reach it. Let's see, what is this for? Shall I expect some crazy traffic in here? Oh, that's a construction entrance, so somebody might be there, but oh, check this out. And we have a nice board in here. Let's see if it has any nails. Oh yeah, it has nails. That's good. Nails are good. Nails are your friend. No, I don't want to use this. But because I put it like this, and then all the nails might come out. Or maybe not. All right, hold on. What I managed to do, so I use these to you know, bend the nails on the other side and make sure they don't stick out, you see, and then I just draw it like this. And now this is much better than what the guys did in the YouTube video, and these are the actual active exhaust modules. You see this thing over here? That's the thing. You see my finger? Yeah, over here. So I just need to unsnap that one with a screwdriver and then tie it down to somewhere and put a cap in here. And on this end it's over here. See, I can clearly reach it, you know. So this is good. It was a bit scary driving like this because of course I don't want the car to to fall, but just the curb was not enough, you know. But I mean, if you do it at home and you don't have a pit, or you don't want to use a jack, like I have a jack but I don't like using them, I don't think they're very reliable. But something like this, you know, if you can find a spot like this, right, with some kind of a disabled wheelchair entrance, and then this, right, this is perfect. Sorry, I don't smoke. All right, let me get ahead with this and see if I can unsnap it. And those are my Flowmaster Super 10s. And you see, this is how we wrap the exhaust, and that's where the resonators used to be. And so this all now is 3-inch, where before it was 2 3/4. Oh, and you see, these are the, that's how they do them. These are the cable ties I'm gonna use now. All right, I know what I have to do. It looks quite doable. And I have a blanket. Everything is cool. almost done. I just need to tie it down somewhere. I think I'll tie it down to that hose. Oh, that looks like my fuel tank hose, but that's the principle, right? So you hook up this module and then you put this plug in, and I'll just have to do that on this side, where this one is actually working because it has wires on this, so I gotta be more careful with this one. Very tricky over here, and these ties are not very forgiving, so I'm running out of time because my wrecker is coming at 5 o'clock, so that's what I did. Just tie it down like that. So I don't have any cutters with me, so I'm gonna cut the end of that later on. You know, it's tied down, it's out of the way. Let's see what it sounds like, because now I should have pipes always open. I always manage to cut myself somewhere. So I just hope it works. But yeah, these I don't like them. I think I'll still have to go to a shop, you know. Maybe I'll go to my friends at OK Tire, and just when they have some free car hoist time, just ask them to tie it down nicely. But it was interesting, you know. It was interesting to see how I managed to unsnap the cables without breaking them. And yeah, don't worry about these weights. These are the requirement of my insurance company. I need to carry them. If I don't carry these, then my insurance premiums are too high. All right. So the most important thing is not to have a check engine light. Okay, let's wait. Yeah, they say 20 seconds. Your system tries to do diagnostics. For 20 seconds. But I mean, it should work, right? That's why they charge you so much. So yeah, now they should be open all the time. All right, time now is 4:30. So this is good. I can go and attach the signs to my new shiny axle. and get ready for the guy coming. Yeah, you see there's kind of like a disabled wheelchair ramp. See? Beautiful. Shall I do anything about that board? No, I'm gonna leave it over there. It's not. Oh, wait a second. Almost left my $5 screwdriver over there. All right, we'll put it back where I found it. Check engine light? Nope, nothing. Well, if it comes back on, you know, I can always reattach. But what happens now is that I don't have to turn on the sport mode, because I believe before, when you put the kind of sport mode, it would open open the valve. All right, that freaking road is closed again. And they make this mess, and then during the rush hour, it's very difficult to get out of this shopping center because there's only one entrance and one exit, and that one is closed. They're still working on the 401 over there. My fuel economy now, because I'm hardly moving. Yeah, the goal is to bring it at least to like 15. Come on, 15 miles a gallon. I think if the guy with the Hellcat can do it, you know, I should be able to do it. What do you guys think? But it's so hard to not to push the gas. I mean, you know. 30 miles a gallon based on that green thing. And because I'm in gear 4 at 2000 RPM. See, that's what you need for fuel economy. High gear, low RPM, or best yet, do this. Of course, probably now I'm better than Prius. Who needs an engine? So yeah, you see now they have a cat here. It's probably one of my customers, like the guy who hired me before, but recently we couldn't agree on a rate. So yeah, I'm gonna, once the guy is here, I'm gonna move out my truck from this space. Then we're gonna hook up the axle to that spreader bar, and then I'm gonna call the property owner. She's just in the house over here, and she can come out and show me where I can park it, because you see this thing now occupies like 2 feet of this guy's space. So that has to be moved, but I don't want it to be in the back of the trailer, because then it's hard for this guy to back where that gray Dodge Caravan is, because you know the front of my truck sticks out too much because I got 4 axles, you know. So I'll probably be here like an hour. I'll go get ready the pins. So we have pins. I checked, they all fit. So I don't want to attach it to the trailer, right? I don't need it, so I'm just going to attach the rear axle, the intermediate, that axle 10, 610, attach it. Oh, so while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go do this, attach this. All right, thanks for watching, boys and girls. So this was a mix of trucking and automotive enthusiast video, so I hope you enjoyed it. So I'm loading Friday in Ontario, that big beast of a machine, so stay tuned. Yeah, the Challenger looks good next to the excavator. I should get myself one of these days, but basically I was waiting for the owner of the property to come out and tell me where she wants this, but I was calling her, she's not answering. I tried to leave a message, says the voicemail box is full. And so at least see, before this thing was here and they marked the spots, right? So this is kind of like end of my spot. So the end is here, and so we moved it. So with this was sitting like this, and so we turned it and we pushed it back. Like, she was supposed to tell me where she's working. She says the excavator is going to be working, but I'm pretty sure it's working somewhere there, like removing the trees. You know, like, you don't tell me, like, how am I supposed to know, right? And then we connected this, right? You see, now we connected it. It was very easy because these are different from before. You see how they are oval, like ellipse kind of, so for shims, right? And this guy just pulled this like this, and we connected these right away, and then he lowered this and we were able to connect the bottom pins like real easy. And I said, let's turn it like this so I can back and so that guy has more room. And actually, yeah, you see I'm pretty close here. I don't want to come any closer, but he says, oh yeah, if you move a little bit, then you can come much closer. You know, this is still my spot, so, but it's okay. I really don't like these guys over here with these massive steel trailers, you know, these garbage guys. Look, this guy has 4 axles and then 2 lift axles, but a regular 3-axle truck. But I think now my space is much better utilized. I just hope my landlady doesn't start screaming at me because of that. But again, I'm leaving on a trip. What? Friday, right? I'm leaving Friday. And yeah, now actually it's much better. Before, my truck was way out there and that guy was probably cursing me each time he was backing, but now you see we push it like that, and that thing is now ready to it's ready for work. Oh, actually, I think I know this excavator. Wait a second. That's the guy. That's the one where they were changing the tracks, or maybe he just changed them again. For some reason, he's always changing tracks. 246. I'm trying to remember if this is the one I moved. 336F. No, this one has more damage. It's probably older. But yeah, you see the tracks are new. See, they have all these stickers. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is done. Yeah, I just don't like those tie downs. You see, that's what I wanted to bring and I forgot. But then again, it's exhaust over there, right? It's hot. So maybe steel ties are better. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna stop by, it's gonna rain. So the guy was in a hurry. He says, let's do it before the rain. And so yeah, I wanna do these, change these tie downs. No, actually, wait a second. Tomorrow morning I'm bringing my trailer to Guelph to weld that piece in there inside the ramp, right? Because I want to do that, because that machine I'm picking up, 85,000 pounds, it's heavier than this excavator, and ask the guy, does it have the attachment? It has an attachment usually. He says no attachment, but I don't trust these guys. I know I'm gonna order permits tomorrow. So it's 12 feet wide, 12 tall, 85,000 pounds. So I'll probably order permits for like 90. But yeah, I'm very happy that now, you see, so now I have a spreader bar connected. So next time I need 3+1, all I need to do is just disconnect the last axle on the trailer, put it in the dirt, and hook up the spreader. And then I have 3+1. If I need 3+2, I again disconnect the last axle from the trailer and hook it up on the back of the spreader, and I have 3+2, So now with this extra axle, I will have to do much fewer modifications, So I can run as a quad. That's my most typical. It's either a quad or 3+1, and I hope that soon I'll be doing 3+2. All right. We spent less than an hour doing this Eureka stuff. sudden it's 12.9 miles a gallon. How did that happen? Oh, now back to 13. Okay. Adore the sound of this thing. I was getting compliments today from the girls and the guy at the Chrysler. Like one guy was sitting in the waiting room over there and he says, I heard that sound, I had to come out. Said I had to come out and look for myself where that sound is coming from. So even the girls, the women behind the counter, they like the sound. They said it sounds very nice. I said thank you. I said I have BBK long tube headers, and they look at me like I said I like cheese, you know, like okay, so what's basically they have no clue what headers are. But if a civilian and non-car enthusiast likes how my car sounds, I like that. Before the rain starts, let me see if I can find a place here somewhere where I can. I really want to finish that job with the zip ties. Oh, and I have plastic ones now, and I have the scissors. I cannot see. There's a very high curb in here. Alright, do we have anything where I can do what I did over there? It would be nice to have a kind of like disabled access again, where you can drive on the top, but we have a hill in here, but it's the opposite way. Check this out. What if I go in there just next to that railing, and then I can go down the ramp myself and try to reach that exhaust through the railing. But no, it's in the middle of the car. It's not near the wheels. Anyway, so that's it for today probably. Yeah, if I find something, I tie it down. If not, I'll do it next time, or go to the OK Tire and ask him to help me. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll do it again soon.